reflects months of healing, the space where we delve into the personal stories behind the headlines. Today we confront a tragedy that has deeply impacted our community, the bombing incident at SMA JSS. I'm Najwa, and joining me in the studio. Today, there are two crucial guests that will attend this podcast. First, Said, an 11th grader who survived the earthquake, and second, Dr. Eliza, a distinguished clinical psychologist who will help us understand the long-term impact and the chilling roots of this terror attack. Okay, Said, thank you for your immense courage in being here. I really appreciate that. I know this must be incredibly difficult. Could you take us back to the moment? Where were you? And what were you immediately feeling struck before the incident?
It was just lunchtime. My friend and I were in canteen. We're having a normal lunch and arguing about the last chemistry test. And suddenly there was a weird noise came from the main gate. Like the engine stalled but far too big. And then boom.
What a deafening explosion! What did the world look like after the sound hit?
Everything just dark, filled with dust, and the awful smell of burning. My ears were just instantly ringing. I was knocked down and briefly pinned under the table. I heard so much scream, constant scream. I saw blood shatter glass everywhere. I was completely panicked. I could only crawl away. I called my friend names. The canteen roof was gone in one section. I felt like a terrifying nightmare.
Okay, Dr. Eliza, we're hearing firsthand about the sheer terror Said experienced. Person like Said's, this overwhelming fear, the psycho jumpiness to loud sounds, what are we seeing here in terms of psychological distress?
Okay, thank you, Najwa. So what Said is going through right now is a strong emotional response to severe trauma. We see signs of post-traumatic stress disorder, or we call PTSD, like the fear, the jumpiness with loud noises, the nightmares. These are all classic symptoms. For teenagers, this kind of trauma destroys their basic sense of safety, like the world that used to be feel normal and safe, now feels dangerous and unpredictable.
Okay. Said, how have you been coping in the weeks and months since the incident? Has it been possible to you?
It's been a struggle, ma'am. At first, I could not bring myself to leave my room. Every time I close my eyes, the explosion play again. I hear my friends scream. If I hear my friends scream, I also become scared and can get cry easily.
The question is valid, and perhaps the hard to answer. Dr. Riza, Said asks, why us? Why is school? From a psychological and criminological perspective, why do terrorists frequently choose these soft targets or symbolic places like educational institutions? What is the core psychological motive of that thing?
Okay, so there are several reasons. First, they want maximum fear and attention. A school represents innocence and hope. Attacking it shocks the whole community and spreads everywhere. Second is many attackers are driven by anger or feeling of injustice. They believe violence is justified by their extremist ideology. And third, many are young and feel lost. Terror groups give them a false sense of belonging and purpose. They make them believe they're fighting for something important when in fact they're just creating pain.
So it's a calculated move combining political ideology with the exploitation of vulnerable, disaffected individuals, right?
Exactly, because terrorism is not about religion, it's about power and control. It uses ideology to turn people's pain into violence. Okay.
Okay, Said, hearing all this, the focus shift to resilience. What kind of healing process are you undertaking, and what message do you have for the countless other survivors of this trauma?
Accepting the accepting what happened is the hardest part. I've been working with the therapist and the support team. I've learned that it's okay to be scared, to be angry, and to grieve. I'm slowly opening up my parents and teacher. Dr. Ariza has assured me it is fine to take a time before going back to the regular school. To the other survivor, I want to tell them, be kind to yourself. You're not weak, you are brave. Don't keep your pain bottled up. Seek help, speak out, and remember, we are survivors. We're not going to let this terror define our future.
What a truly powerful testament of resilience. Okay, Dr. Adiza, finally, what role must the community, the family, and the government play in ensuring the successful long-term recovery of survival like Said had experienced before?
Okay, so healing from something like this may take time. There are three important things. First, strong support system. Families must listen without judgment and provide emotional safety. Second, it's access to therapy. The government should offer free and long-term trauma counseling for survivors. Third is breaking the stigma. We must stop judging people for having mental health issues because survivor needs to be understanding, not ashamed.
Okay, Said and Dr. Adiza, thank you both for this profound and necessary conversation. We extend our deepest hope for healing and strength to Said and all those who affect. We will not forget, we will certainly move forward. Okay, listeners, our humanity is defined by how we care for the vulnerable. Let's commit to creating a safer, more compassionate world. And I'm Neja, and it has been the Lens of Community. Goodbye.
Bye.
One is the loneliest number that you'll ever do. Two can be as bad as one. It's the loneliest number since the number one. One is the loneliest number that you'll ever do. Two.
Kita mau pindah. Kita mau pindah tempat. Basah. Dot mana ya? Dot. Masa lari?